All right, good evening, everyone. Welcome. This is the first day of the first beginning of the month and the second half of the year. And you have completed the first 5 months of your life in Sec3. Well done. You should excuse me, I just burped. Sorry, excuse me. You should congratulate yourself that you've done a great job and completed 5 months. Not easy road. And I know the June holiday is going to be full of a lot of homeworks, preparing for the next 3.5 months. June, July, August, and halfway of September. All right, so let's do now. We can finish it earlier so you can have a good rest, because tomorrow I'm still working in the morning. I still have to wake up early. Okay, now welcome to this month. It's a new topic. So what we're going to have this month is called sustainability and climate change. By right, there's a change. Okay, climate change. So what is sustainability? So now you're going to be this month you're going to talk about newspaper report. As being a newspaper reporter, you're going to write something like that, and then we're going to talk about more of the situation right in as well as being a superhero, how to save the climate or how to save the earth. So you might want to choose one of your superhero to represent. So for example, Gerald, you might want to choose Superman, or Tian, you might choose Spider-Man, or Uncle Raymond will choose Iron Man. But then you must tell me why you use that character to make sure that you can pass the message to the earthly people to take care of the environment. So, what is sustainability, Kenny?
Sustainability, it's like how well what we are doing and how well we can like continue living or like sustain in this world, making sure it does not like go into the wrong way, like it does not like break itself apart.
Whoa,
Yeah.
break yourself apart. Wow, cool.
Yeah. That's it. That's it for mine.
Okay, what about you, Gerald? What do you think your explanation of sustainability?
Sustainability is to be able to like to be able to like sustain yourself for this generation and not use up the future generation's resources.
Whoa, yeah, you're gonna honestly, it's actually one of my essay topics. Well said, well said. Thank you. Yeah, Spider-Man movie. I missed a few Spider-Man movie already. Okay, Han-Ling, what about you? Han-Ling, are you there?
Sorry, Joe. Your question was?
Well, my question was, what is your definitions, your explanations, and your idea of sustainability?
Sustain living?
I mean, no, my dear. Sustainability here, this word, sustainability.
Oh, sustainability is when one thing is self-sufficient.
That's all?
Yeah, that's all.
I'm
not feeling very up to like up to standards today. I just got slammed in a competition.
What competition?
Ngee Poly on social innovation hackathon.
What is that? Can you?
It's like an entrepreneurship thing.
Then what happened?
We lost.
Has what? Runner up or what?
No, not even runner up. Not in the top 3.
So what you all present?
It was a social enterprise, you see. It was about our one was food sustainability, so.
Also sustainability.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But you have covered this topic a while last year, right? Something like that, right?
Yeah.
So what happened that you lost due to what? Did your teachers share with you?
We lost because like our idea was a good idea, but it was just the idea.
So what is your topic? What do you present?
Food sustainability.
Oh, also related to my topic today. I think you should do it after this. Then you go for competition will be better. Anyway, it's over already. Never mind. So it's a good experience for you, right?
Yeah. But
who do you lost to? Which school?
Raffles Girls.
Tomorrow you tell Warren.
Yeah, I will.
Who was the champ?
Sorry?
Who was the
Raffles
champ?
Girls. Run up. Raffles Girls.
Raffles Girls run up.
Yeah.
No, who was the champion?
Raffles Girls. They had 2 teams.
Oh, they say properly. I didn't know. Oh, they got 2 teams.
Yeah.
Well, you mean number 1 and number 2 给他们包了咯?
Yes.
Then who is the third?
Evergreen.
Whoa, not bad.
Evergreen had the same idea as us, but their idea was slightly better.
Oh, can you roughly share what you talk about? How do you do your presentations?
It was just like we have like a bunch of slides and we just say.
Just say.
Yeah. We just talk about idea and like stuff. That's about it.
So how many speakers were there?
There was 5 of us in total, but only 4 of us spoke.
Why?
Because one of them was the actor, you know, like the person who would start a skit at the beginning to catch them.
So were you the first speaker?
No, I was the one managing the bulk of the content.
You're not the speaker.
I am the speaker. Not the first one. I'm
Oh,
the one doing most of the speaking.
who was the one?
First speaker?
No, who was the one doing the most speaking? The first one.
Me. I was not doing the most speaking.
Then you should win them. What happened? Sorry to pour you cold water, but what happened?
They just have better like idea. The idea was better.
Did you record down?
No, but I'm pretty sure there's a live stream. I'm not sure if it's recorded though.
Share with me next time when there is, okay?
All right.
Thank you. I would like to take a look and evaluate and analyze it. So Tian Yu, so 3 of us talk about sustainability. I think the closer one will be, of course, Gerald and Tian Yu. So it's for self-sustainability for individuals. So what do you think about climate change, Gerald? What do you think? What is your definitions and explanations of climate change?
Climate change is it happens when we are not able to use our resources wisely. We use too much, and then the result is climate change.
Okay, thank you. How about you, Tian Yu?
What's the question?
Climate change.
Like it's like something related to our world and how we are causing it to like either break itself apart with all the cutting down trees and burning burning oil and stuff, causing like the animals to lose their home. So that's roughly what's climate change, and this will cause the earth temperature to rise up.
Kamsia. Thank you. Well, okay, sure. How about you, Hanning? Thank you, Tian Yu. Hanning, are you able to explain what is your definition of climate change?
Climate change is when okay, one sec. When the like, oh my god, I can't find a word for it. It's just when the environment of Earth changes due to our human activity. Yes.
Global warming.
Yeah, global warming is part of climate change. It's not climate change itself.
It's part of climate change. Yes, correct. Climate change is a major thing that we're going to talk about. Okay, thank you, guys. So we're going to have more details on that for the next couple of lessons in June. This month, this topic is actually to be considered as one of the very hot topic in your essay writing, even in your situation writing. Maybe, Gerald, maybe your school teacher might ask you to write a proposal to the principal and ask you as a green club. You know what is green club, right? Green club is people who are, the environmentally friendly people who like to take care of the earth, that kind of stuff. So you might ask you to write a letter to propose to how to keep the school to be in a tip-top green environments, or how do you go for a green environment competitions, or how you're going to bring the junior who is coming Sec 1 next year to go for an excursions or learning journey for this particular place, like maybe to some farm or to the science center, or even to visit some of the places like Sungai Buloh, not Sungai Buloh, the landfill island. I can't remember the name. It's a Malay name. What's that? Pulau Simaku, is it? Where the landfill. I just saw some of my friends in the IG. They went to that place. It's very big. That is really landfill. This is what Singapore is doing. So yeah, this is something that I like to see should I say, I like to not only see, but to hear from you guys and to write something about how are you going to, yeah, it's true, Gerald. It's like we are not going to exhaust our resources. At the end, the next generation's affected. So Gerald, yesterday I was in one of the bank together with my boss. We are talking about eco-friendly stuff. So yeah, my boss was a very advocate to eco-friendly. You know, it's in fact our company is called ecofriendly.com. Okay, as you can see, some of the things. If you want, you can take a look. So we are talking about this ecofriendly.com. So this is the website. So you will see my face there also. We are advocate to help to keep the environment. You heard of carbon footprint. The carbon footprint means that the carbons where we could spend too much like traveling on aeroplanes or even whatever the car. So we exchange the carbon footprint for certain rewards and something like that. Okay, that is one way. But this month we are talking more about how are we going to save the environment in your own perspective, in your own definition, in your own example, in your own ideas. All right. Okay, guys, look here. So sustainability and climate change. How come I never typed the word change? Ayo. Okay. Some poster. Okay, let's go through one by one poster. A picture speaks 1,000 words. I want your guys to tell me in a few sentences. Hopefully, this please write down. If I think your sentences are very good, okay, please write down somewhere. So because it can help you in your next year, Gerald, next year your social study. There's this climate change globalizations, okay, global warming, and even in your essay, Gerald, you intending to go to JC, right? So this topic definitely for sure will go to JC1. Okay, as you can see, right, Gerald, Han Ling already attend the social enterprise already about sustainability. So this is going to be a very, very hot topic. And if you know that there's this thing called Singapore Green Plan, if you want, you can Google now if you want Singapore Green Plan 2030. Yes. This is some by the time 2030, how will you? You're about maybe 20 plus on Gerald, right? About 20 plus, right? 2030. Now you're 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Wow, Gerald, you're 22. This is a time where the Singapore is going to have the 2030 Green Plan. It's a very, very huge project. If you Google now, you can see there's a lot of involvement. And even the cars and trains and everything is going to change to eco-friendly, less carbon footprint and more to the environments, to protect the environments. So this first picture tells me that the earth is on our hands. We either take care of it or we're going to destroy it. The choice is yours. By looking on your left-hand side of the monitor screens, the earth is burning. As you know, the past few weeks in May was tremendous hot weather. And the other side of your screen on the right-hand side is the Mother Nature Earth supposed to be in that particular performance, particular that kind of style, that kind of situations that we're supposed to live in. You don't want your next generations to curse and swear us for causing this earth environment issue. Okay. So Han Ling, can you start off first? Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
How come I see your ceiling?
I can't rotate my camera, sure.
Oh,
Not working.
I thought you are so sad today. You don't want to show your.
No, I can't rotate my camera for some reason.
Okay, never mind. Okay, let's go.
I may need more time to think.
Okay. What do you think about this picture here?
Oh, never mind. I got my answer. Okay, like the first part kind of shows like our like ideal part of Earth, and the second part shows that like our planet being ruined. Okay, there's like a I read this somewhere. There's like a similar painting or similar artwork that shows what could happen. It's like on either side, right? And it's in our hands. So like the world is in our hands. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
the fate of the world's in our hands. The fate of the world's in our hands.
Exactly. Write down. Well done. Okay, write down whatever you have said, because it's very useful. I think by now you all should have a notebook to write down all those notes that you have done, you have went through with Uncle Raymond. those sentences will definitely be very useful for your creative writing skills. That's the purpose of these tuitions for every Thursday, is to get more creative sentences, more creative paragraph, more creative ideas, more creative juice, and more creative examples to help you to improve your creative writing skills. All right. Thank you. Gerald, what about you? What about this picture here, the Earth, the one here, the arrow that I'm pointing? Back to you, Gerald.
Yeah, it just shows like the result of what we are doing, like what we can do. So on the left side is like if we like continue to let climate change take its course, it'll just become like wasteland.
Yeah, carry on until you say that's all.
I don't really know what to say. Like it's just like on either side, it's just what could happen, like what Han-Ning said.
That's where you see when you're doing a situation writing, you might given a picture something like that. So you are going to persuade and produce a perfect scenario to the person, like maybe your principal, to persuade him that we should take some actions and get all the Set 1, Set 2, Set 3, 4 to bring their own water bottle instead of using the what you call the straw, the plastic cup or plastic bottle or something like that. Okay. So yeah, we advocate to keep our environment clean. I think one word I can think of from what you have said is to reduce the harmful effect to Mother Nature's. Okay, reduce the harmful effect. Yeah, we are getting really. I don't know what to say now. Is it got to do with technology? Is it because we are having more gadgets? That's why we are burning more fossil fuels. I don't know. Right. Thank you, Gerald. Back to you, Tianyu.
Sure. What they say is already what I was about to say. So like the one on the left, the one that looks like it's gonna break, dying one is what our world is currently right now, while the right one is what our world started off with.
I like the way you use the word started off. So you see,
Yeah.
there's no such thing that even you are the number 100. Imagine this classroom got 100 students. You are the last one, or even you are the number 99 or 100 students. Everyone may say the same thing, but definitely there will be different people will have different ideas. There will be a few choice of words that will be different. Yeah, you see, the earth started off at the beginning when earth was formed by gods. Maybe if you don't believe in God, then it just formed like that because that you don't believe in gods. There's no such thing as God create earth. Okay, fine. So carry on.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah, that's also like, so honestly that's really all. Maybe it's like,
I think you can write it down. It says the earth beginning started off with a very clean and green and a very conducive environment. 对吗? Right. Yeah, because of us, I think can you the moment when the cavemen started to lit off the fire, they started pollution already. Okay, let's talk about the second pictures. Okay, this second picture is about climate change and sustainability. What do you think about this picture, Gerald? So you can write down the start of Tianyu, thank you. At the start, at the beginning. So Tianyu, Gerald, what do you think about this picture? We have a dam. We have Mother Earth inside wow, in a leaf, right? I think it's a leaf in a bubble, inside the bubble. And then we have a green blue sky, but the ground seems like very, very bad shape. Okay, what do you think? What does this picture tells you, Gerald?
Something about water, like how water is supposed to be the key to like life or something. I don't know.
P2? Did you say P2?
Huh? I say water is like something important to us.
Okay. So water is the lifeblood.
Yeah, that's why the planet is in the water droplet, and that's why the ground seems so cracked.
I like the way you say that, inside the water droplet. So it's like being protected, right? And also water, if you study physics, or is it physics or chemistry? Water is also oxygen, right? Water also give you oxygen, right? Uh-oh, what's wrong with my screen? Oh dear. Did you see just now my screen blackout? Did you see
No.
my screen? Huh?
I don't think so.
Oh, my screen blackout, no? Seriously? Oh, you did that? Okay. Han-Ling, what do you think about this feature?
Sorry, Joe.
What do you think about this picture here? Gerald said that this Earth is being protected by a water droplet. That shows that Earth need water. Okay, it's a paramount.
What do I think about this? You know how there's a term that says money makes the world go round? Well, I think water makes the world go round.
I like that. Okay, water makes the world go round. Without water, you see, since you mentioned that, it means a person who is locked inside maybe in the desert or locked down to certain place or in an isolated island or something like that. You can have without food for you can have without food for 7 days, but you cannot have without water for 3 days. That's the saying, or even maybe 4 days. So water, water makes the world go round. Yeah, it's true because the earth is covered by 75 to 70% with water. Thank you. How about you, Tian Yu?
I would say that just judging by this picture is they are like heavy emphasizing a lot about water. As you can see, like first, like something like what Gerald say, the whole world is placed in a water droplet, showing that pretty much everything we need, like require water. And then like the one at the bottom, the picture is like it's a drought, right? If I'm not wrong.
Yeah,
That one
correct.
is a drought, and
Exactly.
that would be what happened when we lack the water that we need, which will cause us our downfall. Cause like drought, and then after it will lead to like no plant, no food, and like
Dehydrations.
yeah.
The water, that one on top is like a dam, a DAM, a dam where you generate power, right?
The power water.
Yeah,
I mean power from water.
hydrogen power.
Yeah. Right? So overall, I think it's like it's heavy emphasizing it a lot on water.
I like the way you say heavily emphasizing the water is essential. Water makes the world go round, and water is being protected. The earth is being protected by water. Right now, these 3 sentences are very, very good. Okay, let's move on to the next picture here. What about this one? What do you think about these pictures? This is a very cute picture that all these pictures are taken from Google. It's not mine. I don't want to claim it's not mine. I'll use it for education purpose. So it's not mine. So I like this one. What do you mean by plan A? There's no planet B. Well, they did not put look, they did not put this. Gerald, you know, they did not put this. Okay? They did not put this like that. Cancel this. They didn't say there is no plan B. There is no planet B. You realize if I take the ET away, okay. So Tian Yu, what do you think about this feature here?
I think that they're saying whatever plan we have, there's actually no whatever we do, there's no way for us to like back out if we make any mistakes. Like there's like nothing for us to cover up. Because like what they say, we only have one plan A. There's no such thing as another planet B or like plan B. There's no like second Earth for us live in. So we just have to make sure we protect this Earth to the end. Yeah.
Well said. Yeah, it's true. I like the way you said it. Thank you. It says there's no other alternative. Okay, there's one, but not true, Tian Yu. Don't you know that Elon Musk is shooting out all the rockets to look for another planets? Okay, how about you, Han-Ling?
But that one we still haven't find a good one for us to live at. That one just
yesterday, my boss was talking to me, saying that a lot of people might think Elon Musk is a crazy guy, who going to spend so much money to do the space rocket out to the moon, and so far all the missions fail. But I think he's looking for the futures. Sometimes that's why we must think like a freak. All right, thank you, Tian Yu. Han-Ling, your turn. Honey, can I hear the sound tick tock, tick tock, tick tock? So can you?
Yeah, I'm searching this code out. I saw it somewhere before.
Oh, okay. I thought what happened.
Because no planet B, that means this is the only planet now. If the planet die, we all die. That's it.
So simple, straight and forward. Okay. Gerald?
I think it means that there's only one way that we can save this planet, and it's the only way we can go, else we'll die. Because there's no other planet.
How come the three of you never use the solar panel, this little green stuff here, to talk about the emphasis, and then this you see the windmill here, and you see the green battery is called the recycle battery, right? Recycle, reusable, and reduce. How come we don't talk about all these things here and then the green connections? So what you say that we need to find an alternative to connect this whole world using whatever natural resources or natural power to generate electricity to fuse up the whole entire earth to make it like during the night, whatever day and night. But there's no other planet B that may not have all these resources. Yeah, maybe the sun, okay. In fact, not all the planets have very strong sunlight. So yeah, that is one of them. And they were saying that there are no other planets that have water or even wind or even oxygens. So the plan A is that there is only one plan. That's plan Earth. Instead of plan A, is like plan a possible way to live in Earth or live on Earth. Sorry, there is no planet B. I would say there is no planet B that is possible to stay on. Right? Thank you. Now look at these two pictures here. The last two, then we move on. Okay, we look at the one with this the one with a lot of animals. Okay, the one is and 180 bar. Also, so the climate change facts. Okay, let's talk about Gerald, you start first. Average sea level is expected to rise 1 to 6 feet before the end of this century. Oh my God, Jesus Christ. So tell me more about this picture in your own words.
So this means that many like villages and cities on the coastline will get not buried, they will get covered by the water.
Get drowned.
Yeah, they'll get drowned. They'll get drowned by the water.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, so
why they show all these animals, polar bear, rhinoceros, gorilla, elephants, flamingo, hippopotamus, all these. Yeah, back to you.
because the temperature would also increase, then it will affect their way of life, so many of them would like die off.
Extinct.
They die off because of the difference in temperature that they are not used to.
Very good.
Yeah, the weather will also change, and more frequent natural disasters.
Then ultimately and eventually will create a chaos in the whole entire ecosystem, right? Agree?
Yeah.
Agree, yeah? Okay, thank you. How about you, Han? Can you? How about you, this picture, the iceberg, the one with a lot of animals? What's your take for this picture? How are you going to explain this?
I say like that. I say something like that, right? It's like what the animals that are gonna extinct in the future or something, like near the future.
Okay.
If this continues on.
What is this continue?
This is like the climate change and stuff.
Climate
change. If it continues, these animals are just gonna be extinct.
Sayonara, okay. What else?
That's it.
That's it.
And then the thermometer beside it is like the temperature is like you can see it's constantly rising.
I like the way you see constantly rising. And the way I look at it, it seems like it's moving. It's moving like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's going up to 80 degrees Celsius. what is it, has increased by about 0.8 Celsius or 1.4 Fahrenheit since 1880. Wow, that means it's about 100 years they have been increasing now. Is there a chance to come down? Maybe yes, maybe no. Thank you. How about you, Hanling? Yes.
Brain lagging, 1 second.
I like the way you say that.
John, my brain has been lagging the whole day since I lost. Okay.
Understand. I know how you feel. I used to have in the debate team. When we are so confident that my team will win, but sorry, we just need one debater to screw up the whole entire things, or you need the opponents to give you a big one. That's the end, sayonara. I know how you feel. Okay. Think about it. If you are a lawyer, how? You still have to move on. Every case is always a challenge. So you have to take every case very seriously. That's life lah. Come. Right? 讲吧.
Wait, John, can you repeat the question again? I need a better.
No, this picture only.
Great.
Just talk about this picture. The one with the iceberg and the yeah, that's the pictures that you're supposed to tell me.
I think it really goes to show like the more the ice, as the ice melts, everything goes down. Like it gets worse and worse as the ice melts.
Okay.
Yeah, that's about it.
All right. Okay. I think from this picture clearly shows that if we are not to take into very serious actions, the ultimate consequences is that the earth will be not only slowly, surely, and definitely going to be chaotic and catastrophic, and also become a crisis to all human beings as well as animals. We need to take note about these pictures here is that it clearly shows the figure itself will not lie. The data inside here will not lie. And the data is a very significant, it's a wake-up call to tell all of us that, one of the very good example is the dodo bird, right? It's been extinct for a long time as well as dinosaur and some other animals. So is it mankind are the one who creates all these climate changes? Definitely, yeah. Don't need to say one, definitely it's not animals. But why, since we know there's a reason that we cause all these upheavals of climate changes, but yet we still continue to burn all the fossil fuels and continue to destroy Mother Earth. So let's move on to the next picture because I'm going to link to the next picture. Therefore, they got these kind of things, you see, a symposiums addressing one of the challenges. So there is a talk. You look at the one with this picture here with the white color one. So people bring all the professor, all the expertise, all the professional people, all the NGO, all the governments, all the advocates to love the environments will come in to talk, like policy makers, the academics, the researchers. So that means they are very, very serious. Okay, so please, if you have time, you see, we only got 4 or 5 lessons for this month, and we need a lot of these understanding how we take care of the Mother Earth. And you can see the symposiums addressing one of the most How come no fan? Sorry, it's a bit hot. All right, sorry. Okay, so you can see that it's Wednesday, April 2019. That's not far away, about 4 or 5 years ago. So you see climate change symposiums, the threats, challenges, and solution for Greece. So this is only just a Greece, an example is from the internet as well. All right, so what you say here? Is about in the library, the student launch, all these things. Okay, never mind. I'm talking about these symposiums and addressing one of the most challenging issues of our time, climate change. So you can see, Gerald, Hanling, and Tianyu. That means whatever Uncle Raymond bring out is really in real life example. That means MOE will also take seriously consideration. There is a possibility for you to write an essay about this climate change. May not be this year, may not be next year, maybe next time in your life. They will sure have this kind of topic that you come across. So you can have academics, researchers, policymaker, representative from NGO, and the business will share their views, particular ideas of how to make the Mother Earth to be safe. So there is also a Q&A sessions and workshops, a photo contest and displays of the. So I'm not sure, Gerald and Hanling and Tianyu, if you guys have a time, you can come out your own poster and then use the poster to write a few words to describe about your poster. or you will be a newspaper reporter, you can go to Google and take a few pictures, and then you write a short newspaper article as a reporter and say about how you feel about climate change, okay? Take note now. Now, this is for today's for you guys. So look at this one. These are some of the example that you can use it. If you really cannot find, guys, if for whatever reason, say, Uncle Raymond, I got no time to find, I have lost, I don't know what to do. So don't worry. You can use this one here, okay? You can use these two pictures. Is it two? I got a few pictures for you to choose. Two only, sorry. I think two, right? Yeah, these two pictures. So you can use these two pictures, okay? And to make it in a reporting. So Tian Yu, Han Ling, and Gerald, you can use this one to write. So you can choose one of them and then write an article about this. Okay, about this picture here, about these pictures. So for example, this pictures here on your left is a globe with a lot of few nice, cute cartoon talking about national policy and planning, how you can, so you can break them into 3 paragraphs or 4 paragraphs, or even just 1 paragraph of 120 words to talk about this poster. Okay, this is about creative writing, about how can you use all the words here to form into an essay or into a paragraph. So you say global warming is all to do with carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. Ladies and gentlemen, today we need a national policy to plan what we're supposed to do in order to not make the thinning of the ozone layers and continue to have a good climate. And if not, the climate changes will affect a lot of people, something like that. And then this is got to do climate changes, allergies, and you. True. As you know, I heard recently when I'm driving, they say that a couple of months later, there will be a lot of haze coming up. So the haze can got 3 types. One is artificial, where people burn and slash their harvest. The second one is because of the weather. Second one is got to do with natural disaster, right? Like volcano eruption, and then cause the haze. The third one, of course, is climate change, where you can drought, the temperatures rise, and it start to be so heaty, and then it burn the crops, and there's no rains. That's why it causes fire, right? So this is where you can use all these words here and say how, because of climate change, you affect the person's their health. How can it be? You can look through all the words here. I'm not going to spend too much time here. So if really your 2 choice, one is, Uncle Raymond, I don't want to use these 2 posters. I want to go and find my own poster and write a short description about climate change and sustainability. Go ahead, be my guest, do what you can and submit the poster together with your 120 words or even an essay as a newspaper reporter. Do I get myself clear? Han Ling, Tian Yu, and Gerald? If 3 of you can hear me, just thumbs up. Okay, so let's move on.
Okay.
Thank you. It will help you because it's like something like, you see, for example, this one, ready? This is reporter Alex Weeming, reporting from Beijing BBC News. Okay, let's start. Just imagine he's giving a report about climate change and sustainability based on this few photographs. Okay, thresholds, tipping, and turning points for sustainability under climate change. So these are all taken from Google. Okay, you can see all these are Google, not me. Okay, they can go to the website, all these. So, Han Ling, are you able to read? Thank you. Ready, Han Ling? We review.
We review 4 bodies of literature that suggest that thresholds, tipping, and turning points are important focal points for sustainability under climate change that can help bridge the science policy interface. For decision makers, a critical threshold is reached. The moment that climate change renders policy untenable and alternative strategies must be considered. A focus on thresholds and tipping points allows for salient and credible dialogue between decision makers and scientists about the amount of acceptable change. When unacceptable conditions could occur, how likely these conditions are, and what adaptation pathways to consider. Uncertainty can be communicated as a time range in which a critical threshold is likely to be exceeded.
Okay, so this is just a start off. It's so-called not an introduction yet. Is to tell you what you expected that you're going to read from this report. Gerald, your introduction, please.
Introduction. Assessments of climate change have identified thresholds in biophysical systems that pose major threats to sustainability and human welfare. Climate change shifts the challenge for sustainability from preserving natural resources for future generations to strengthening resilience and adaptive capacity in social ecological systems.
Yeah, put it back. Just leave it on the bed if you want. You guys are lazy.
Uh, The challenge for policy making and resources management shifts from conservation to managing change and adaptation. The ultimate scale of the challenge will largely depend on the development of the world's economy and greenhouse gas emissions reductions. Both are uncertain, suggesting that planners may have to respond to rises in global mean temperature of 4 degrees Celsius or more. Adapting to such conditions would be challenging at best and may face practically insurmountable physical limits in many places due to loss of ecosystem services and interacting impacts.
So what you read, just now what you say, you see, impacting for future generations, that's true, you see? And you also, we talked about last month, we talked about resilience, right? You see? So you see, we must be resilient enough to control our way of spending too much of this eco waste or this the carbon footprints or the carbon that we're going to emit out, or the ways we're going to destroy Mother Earth through the ways of different type of climate change. Number one will be the pollutions, right? And you can see that when you are reading this, you see the ultimate scale of challenge will largely depend on the development of world economy and greenhouse effect. And then you talk about the policy here. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, you see the challenge for the policy making. So you realize whatever this one I see actually reflected here somewhere here. Here's the policy making, see? Here, right? Okay, so the climate change is also talking about working, adapt together, you see? So you can use this poster with some of the words that form into a paragraph. This is one way of learning, Right, thank you for the introductions. In fact, got still one more paragraph to go. Is it one more paragraph? Yeah, you know. You finish the two first. Okay, let's go. In this paper.
In this paper, we review lessons from adaptation research for sustainability. In particular, we focus on the emerging literature on thresholds and tipping points. We bring together also bodies of literature to show that thresholds, tipping and turning points are important focal points for sustainability. Science that can help bridge the science policy interface and produce knowledge salient for sustainability under climate change. Thus, we aim to learn about properties and mechanisms that make social ecological systems sustainable in the face of uncertainty and change.
Not only uncertainty, not only change, not only about social, economical, or even political, or even the salience for able to change the resilience to uphold your responsibility to make sure that Mother Earth will not continue to force it to continue to have the bad temperatures and continue to make people to suffer with droughts or farm or flooding or so much things that affect the entire world, that the threshold is up to that limit already, cannot take it anymore, must have a break point, must have a turning point, must have a focus point, must make sure that whatever we learn through science, we have to use science to recover back the mother natures. All right, so next paragraph, Gerald. Then after that will be Tian Yu.
The first two sections of this paper inform about what to act on and when. These sections review first biophysical thresholds and tipping points, and second social political thresholds, tipping and turning points. The next two sections deal with how to respond by reviewing the adaptive governance and redefining adaptation thresholds and fourth, adaptation pathways. Next, we discuss how a focus on thresholds, tipping and turning points can bridge the science policy interface. We close with a section that summarizes lessons for sustainability and priorities for future work.
Gerald, what you're reading now is not for O levels, Gerald, and Han Ling and Tian, it's similar to your A levels. Then you're going to do something like that. And if you are in university, if you are taking this kind of biological or whatever topics on science, you're going to write this kind of report to your professor. Okay, so this is a real example that you will see that you're going to write. Of course, you will not write this in your O level for sure, or even your end of this year Sec3. Section snippets, is there anything section? No, nothing. Okay, so Tian Yu, your turn is biophysical.
Okay, biophysical threshold and tipping points. This section reviews literature that suggests that biophysical thresholds and tipping points add to the sustainability challenge. The ability of social ecology systems to cope with global change is shaped by complex, interactive, and non-linear dynamic processes.
Dynamic.
Dynamic processes. Okay. In trying to understand the dynamic of climate impact, thresholds and tipping points have recently garnered much attention. Much attention. Tipping points are associated with the shift of a system between alternative regime.
Alternate regimes.
Alternate regimes. They are difficult.
There's a full stop. They are difficult to deal with, I think, but not myself.
Yeah, I felt so weird. Okay, they are difficult to deal with. Okay.
I think I did not cut and paste properly. Okay, never mind. So, guys, do you know in Singapore there's this 7 month of Gerald? You know 7 month, the Chinese ghost month. Gerald, you know? 鬼节, right? So called 中元节, right? Han Ling, you know, right? Han Ling. Tian Yu also know, right?
Yeah.
So why, Uncle Raymond, what got to do with this climate change got to do with 7 month? Can anyone explain to me?
How's it? Wait, what?
Yeah, the
Climate
7
change
month.
is.
The 7 month is the 中元节, right? 中元节就是那个 ghost month, like ghost, the Hungry Ghost Festival, right?
Yep.
So what got to do with climate change? Gerald, Han Ling, and Tian Yu. You might think I sound a bit weird, right? Huh? Seriously? Yes, anyone can tell me.
Honestly, do I know?
Obviously don't know.
Those
Okay.
two are like two whole different things if you just think about it.
Yeah, it's two different things. Yeah, because
Two whole different thing and then becoming one, that it sounds very weird.
yeah, exactly. That's why I say, Uncle, you're weird. Gerald? Any idea?
I also don't know.
Don't know. Okay. How about Han Ling?
Same.
Yeah, okay, that shows we really have a bloody big generation gap. Really big gap. Okay.
Weapon.
No, not your bad. No, nobody bad. This is just to share with you. When I was younger, at 10 years and around your age, the Hungry Ghost Festival is a very big festival, a very big event in Singapore. So what happened is that at that 1 whole month, there will be a lot of joystick, 那个香你懂香吗? Joystick. And a lot of burning, seriously. Burning the joystick, all those the incense paper, all these things. Gerald, you know what I mean? 就是烧那些纸. And the thing is that 30 years ago, or 40 years ago, no, 40 years to 30 to 40 years ago, they will just burn along the street, Tian Yu. They will just burn the 那些纸银纸那些纸钱烧给那些鬼烧给那些It's on the road, 在马路边你都可以看到那些有那些纸会飞，那些 burn 了 all the things, the ashes will be flying around. Okay, and then everywhere will have a lot of candles and a lot of joystick, 就是那个香joystick. So that is one way. That month itself, July, is damn bloody hot, because that's one of the reasons that creates the increase of temperatures. But don't forget, and sometimes they also burn a lot of incense paper, because they were there's this thing called 来10块钱10块钱100 100 100 1升100 100 2升100 3升. You know about this auction? Can you?
Yes and no.
You know,
Yeah, I heard it before. At the same time, I feel like
yeah, in 中元节 they will have this dinner. Then everyone will sit down on the dinner and start to auction their whatever things. Then this money will go to pray to the deity, to the god, and then to buy certain things for the religions, the Taoist religions. So they
I feel
will,
like if I go to like those like, cause like sometimes my Malaysia Hotang got like those church, like those like place you can go bye. And then I feel like I when I went there a few times, right, I heard it before, but at the same time I'm not very sure. Like not very sure, but I feel like I heard it before.
yeah, that means in Malaysia and Singapore are very popular of this. So at night they will also this also can consider create pollutions in one way or another. But you know why the government did not stop? Because religions take over everything.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. It's just like because this is religion, this is part and parcel of the way of life they have been doing for century, or many years. So now you understand nothing to do with Ghost Fund of sustainability or climate change. Yes, there is a bit. Can you imagine the whole entire Singapore that month is doing that? And then you guess what, Tian? And then Singapore government say must be sustainability, Gerald? Cannot, must keep the advance. Then how come all the people do all this burning? Recently, Gerald, I was attending my RC meeting. One of my RC members was saying that for this, in this place, there's an empty land. And then they put on tentacles and they start to do some traditional rites or religious thing. And after that, there were a lot of these people all over on the roads and the burning and all these things. So you say, how come they are doing that? So I explained to him, Gerald, Tian Yu and Harling, I explained to the whole entire committee. I mean, some of them, they understand, but because we have other races, we got Indians and Malay, they do not understand. They do understand what I mean when we are talking about it. So I say this is part of religions because it's a ceremony. So they have to throw the paper on the floor just to make sure that there's a journey to the heaven or something like that. So, but to a layman, like certain people who are not familiar with religions, they might think that this is littering, this is pollution, this is destroying Mother Nature or whatever it is. But then again, how are we going to say, you see, like the social political or the social economical or the social turning point, who is correct, who is wrong? You can't tell. Right. Can you mute your mic, Hanning? Sorry. So you see, now you understand why this one is so important, that this kind of religions, in case you come across, please do not interrupt. Please do not say, hey, hello, excuse me. You're destroying the Mother Earth or you're polluting the environment. So we cannot say that. Religion don't even bother to go and tell the person who do that. Please. Okay, please. You will create a lot of problem. You really create a tipping points and the threshold really. So do not. So when you see this kind of things, it's only in Singapore and Malaysia. I'm not sure in other countries have or not. Or even in China, or even, I mean, Hong Kong, maybe yes. Okay. So this, or Taiwan also maybe yes. So these are the countries where we have a lot of Chinese, where we practice Taoism. Buddhism, they don't do that. So this is one, see. So Tian Yu and Han Ling and Gerald, you all never heard of this, right? So can you imagine this, the three of you don't have heard of this. Can you imagine more and more people are never heard of this? So this kind of way of doing things might slowly and surely die off. Will not have carried out this traditional way of doing like the 7 months, but not true. There will be still quite a lot of people will follow this because they believe in their religion. So there will be the future generation to carry on. So let the future generation to see how can they manage this, the burning of joysticks, the burning of the incense paper or the candles. Can they do it in a more eco-friendly or more sustainability or more not so bad environments? So, 拭目以待. Again, I'm not sure, Gerald and Tian Yu, Han Ling, you all stay in HDB flat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know downstairs, there will be got these burning things for people to burn.
Yeah.
Correct. 有看过很大的桶天佑以前那些人住在 HDB 他们没有下来楼下，他们在他的 corridor burn
Oh, my tuition teacher still does it sometimes.
In
She
Singapore.
still does it. Yeah, in Singapore.
She still does it along the corridor or downstairs?
Along the corridor.
Sorry.
Because her corridor is big enough.
No. It's offense. Do you know that? Please tell her. It's a no. if you get caught, it can be at fine, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this is a policy. That's why they have these big urns or this big bin to put on the downstairs, the ground floor for you to burn. So how you know she's doing that? She told you?
Huh? She told us what because we are talking about her having a bad neighbor, and that's what one of her bad neighbor like does or something like that.
Huh? You mean your
Oh no! Oh shit! My bad. Earlier when I say I meant her neighbor does it, not her. Like I meant my bad.
okay. Yeah, so that means her neighbor do the burning of the incense paper along the corridor, right?
Yep.
So it cannot no. You're not allowed, no. You can get fined, no, and even maybe can get jail for after several or warning. Because this might caught fire or sometime if it's serious. And that is last time, yeah, the whole entire HDB flat will see a lot of people burning here and there, or all the ashes. Then you can imagine Uncle Raymond start breathing in all the second hand or oxygen or third hand oxygen or carbon dioxide. Yeah, so they are changing on that. Okay, thank you. Social political, Han Ling, your turn, please.
Social political thresholds, tipping and turning points. The recent attention to biophysical thresholds and tipping points described in the previous section suggests that it may be important to explore the existence of such phenomena in the social and political systems within which adaptation plays out. This section reviews evidence that social political thresholds are a relevant focus for sustainability. The review starts from the perspective that a social ecological system is managed to sustain conditions for social and environmental.
Thank you. So Han Ling, Tianyu and Gerald, let's say moving forward in 20 years' time, you become the MP of your zone, and then you see someone burning these type of things, not along the corridor anymore, but downstairs and all these things. How are you going? And then you put the candles on the ground, you know, they poke it inside the grass patches, and then they spray with joystick, and then of course the thing burning will be inside the bins. How are you going to tell them to stop? Do you think you are allowed to tell them to stop all these things? Can you?
I tell them to stop. Like
就是
burning the thing.
，hello，求求你不要跟我在这边搬这些东西不要这么迷信不要这么迷信，跟我收起来，跟我收起来。Will you say that?
I will just like tell them nicely. Maybe I'll tell them nicely.
Maybe I'll bring it like there's a strategy. You just bring it up in a regular conversation. You're just conversing with them. Just bring it up.
Yeah, or you can just tell them it nicely.
Okay, thank you to the both of you. How about Gerald?
Huh?
How are you going to tell them?
Can you like rephrase what you say? I didn't hear.
No, the two of them say tell them nicely. Don't anyhow burn things. You know the paper to the deity, to the gods, to whoever. Let's say now you're the MP. You saw your resident at the downstairs 拜拜 烧那些纸放在那个bin. Will you go there and say, hello, 不要这么迷信嘞?
Wait, what? Wait, sure. Not the so where's the person burning it? The HDB or what?
Yeah, under the void deck, not under the void.
Under void deck cannot.
No, not under void deck. It's downstairs, but it's not under the void deck, but on the green, on the grass patches.
Patches.
Directly on the grass patches.
Yes.
that one confirm cannot one lah.
Cannot, bro.
Hello, then 我怎么去拜拜？ then 你叫我去哪里
Yes, can for a reason. There's like the specified the what do you call it? The can.
Yeah.
你不觉得你们家楼下就已经有那个 burning bin 吗？
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but 他们也是要放那个香吗？那个香还有那个 candle 嘞，怎么办？ Yeah,
put it near the drain instead.
Yeah, near the drain correct, near the drain, but also got grass patches, right?
Like on the cement lah.
Cement also dirty the place, the candle,
Clean up after you're done.
Clean
Put it on like a piece of paper or something.
Then you will burn again, then got caught fire. How?
It's just some fire, just blow it out.
It's just some fire, and do realize all fire starts with the smallest one, right?
Yeah, you realize some of the fire either start from PMB, the electrical bike, or some people who pray at light the candle because they are praying gods in at home. They forget to what the candle suddenly boom catch fire, or the electrical candle boom caught fire. So Gerald, how Gerald, will you stop there?
I think I just asked them to be careful.
Honestly, if I were you, Gerald and Han Ling, I wouldn't be bothered to say anything. Seriously, it's very sensitive, very sensitive.
But yeah, but sometimes it's better to stay quiet.
Yeah, it's
Especially
better
when
that,
it comes to religious stuff. But
yeah,
maybe
it's just-
sometimes if you just like if you like, you know, there's some people who just really wishes for the best for the community, then they will say some people are like they just really wish for the best for their own community, because they don't want to see like fall down, like have the downfall. Yeah.
You see, very funny. You know, in HDB void decks, not void decks, HDB downstairs can do this. If you're staying in condominium, I don't know. I never stay in condominium, but from what I know is the condominium also they don't allow this. Then how are they going to pray? How are they going to burn this thing? They go where and burn. They go where and pray. Correct. So is it going to affect the environment? Is this part of the climate change? Is it going to part of this sustainability? No, sometimes you say, I pray to God, I want to bless my family as well, bless the country and bless my neighborhood. So yeah, then you say sometimes it's better to keep our mouth shut, quiet, and not say much. But then again, this is a chicken and egg. We don't know which one should come first, what should do, what should not to do. So there's a threshold, right? Just this is only food for thought. Don't go beyond that already. If I were you, I would just keep my mouth shut and let the person do what they do. But of course, they are not going to burn down the entire HDB flat or the whole condo or whole place. It's just a small things. I always believe if you are praying to God, God will have his way to protect his people. That's what I believe, okay? So you can say superstitious or suspicious or whatever things are. Okay, he has been living this like this in Singapore for the past 50 years. And I foresee it will continue like that until when the next generation, they don't believe in all these things, they change their religions or end up entirely, they feel that it's very troublesome, they become improvised. I don't know, okay, let's go. Gerald, adaptive governance and redefining adaptation threshold. Let's go. Let's make paragraph here.
From the viewpoint of thresholds, adaptation to climate change becomes relevant for decision makers the moment it challenges current management and asks for alternative policy decisions. This requires both a profound system understanding and the discussion of thresholds that society should not transgress. Ultimately, the question is a normative one. How much change and risk is society willing to accept? Now, many studies of adaptation view the legal and political system as boundary conditions.
Thank you, Gerald. I want to bring up about this Hungry Gold Festival as well as the burning of all these incest paper, because I can't find a better example to what we are doing this one climate change. So I bring the example closest to our heart, which is where we are staying in Singapore, because we are multiracial, multi-religions, and diversified society. So we want to see whether, like, decision maker, are we able to change? So Gerald, Tian Yu and Han Ling, both of you are MP. Are we going to bring out to this parliament and say that we're going to stop this, or your other resident complain to you, MP Han Ling, MP Gerald, MP Tian Yu, you know, every time my neighbor burn all these things, wow, my children cannot take it. My children got asthma, no, my mother also got very weak lung, or then we always see all these ashes flying about the burning. How can we address? So that is why, you see, even in the temple now, they also got a centralized burning area. So Gerald, Han Ling, you know there's this centralized smoking corner? Have you heard before? Where all the people now smoking, they have to go to one designated smoking point to sit there and smoke instead of downstairs, or even outside your house corridor is also an offense to smoke along the corridor now. Okay, or even at the void deck, under the void deck, or in, you know, bus stop or things like that. So they are making very hard for smoker, right? They hope eventually there will be less smokers picking up smoking. The same thing about this burning of this thing. They might be end up one day, they have this centralized space for them to practice their religion's rights, their religion stuff, their religion's practices, or whatever it is. So that is why I say, why we do all these things, because we need to know discussion of the society should not be transgressed. That is very important. Ultimately, the question is the normative for how much change and risk are you going to take? Are you going to tell them, okay, no, this country don't believe in all this? Of course, Gerald, if you are staying in France, you are staying in Germany or England, if you're doing that, sorry, you'll get fined, get caught and jail, right? But here in Singapore, we have a leeway for this way of things, right? Okay, thank you. Let's move on to, let me see. I still got a bit more, right? Yeah, I got a bit more, all right. Conclusion reading, yes, that's right. Okay, Gerald, can you complete these two paragraphs?
Planning approaches for adaptation under the uncertainty from thresholds and turning points to adaptation pathways. This section reviews evidence of how a focus on thresholds and turning points can help to plan adequate responses. In the face of threshold behavior and uncertainty, authors have called for a shift in perspective from the aspiration to control change in a system, assume stable to sustain and generate desirable pathways for societal development. Given the uncertain changing conditions that many decision makers face nowadays, a sustainable plan is not only one that is able to do so.
So you see, Gerald, we don't talk about now the hungry ghost months or other things. We talk about smoking. Okay, smoking is definitely one way to cause climate change and also cause one way to pollute the environments from confirm. So now they want to cut down by making cigarette more expensive. You cannot speak counterbrand cigarettes. You have only designated areas to have smoking. You have a heavy fine on smoking at certain designated premises or area. So they make it more a threshold, that make it a benchmark that you have to set with it so that people can slowly adapt to it. The same thing goes for climate change. Now, overnight, we cannot take away plastic like that, right? We cannot totally, unless you can find a carrier that is dissolvable plastic and will not affect and harm the environment and the earth, then yes. So you take times to slowly educate the people. So this few paragraph is talking about how are we going to change policy that suit to certain group of people, that is able to adapt. This is called the adaptations. So you understand, huh? Thank you. Next one, Han-Ling, are you ready? I think Han-Ling, you don't read. You rest. Oh, don't mind. Is it okay for you? All right. So tell you.
Okay. Wait, meeting information, right?
Yep.
Okay, discussion. Meeting information needs for policy making. This section discusses how a focus on threshold and turning points can meet information's needs for policy making. The traditional view within science has often been that scientists should deliver their best possible projection to the decision process as detached specialists. Alright. This can be called the loading dock approach. It is reflected in the more typical process of adaptation planning, which begins with the generation of climate projection, then an analysis of their impact.
So what happened is, I really don't know what is loading dock, by the way. It's maybe I would think it's a loading dock is a dock where you put all the possible things on that dock to park there, to wait for people to pick up or to make it to move to another parts, to deliver out to the whole place, the society, or to make sure that everyone come in and take the ideas and start to implement it in their respective communities or in their environments or in their home, in their whatever, their companies, their industry. So you see, this is a very huge topic that we are talking about here, that we need to really spend a lot of professional efforts and time and to understand that if we are not doing the right thing, I agree with Gerald, it will definitely affect the next generations, and not immediate the next generation, maybe the next third or fourth generations, because this effect maybe not so far away, maybe the second generations, maybe your grandchildren will feel the impact. And that's where we need the loading dock, where we need to get all the information ready. How are we going to process it? How are we going to help to reduce the climate change? Back to you, Daniel.
Conclusion. In this paper, we reviewed 4 bodies of literature dealing with threshold, tipping, and turning point. This section aims to bring this information together in its combined value for sustainability. First, we argue that due to threshold behavior in particular, conservation may no longer be the conservation may no longer be the sustainable option. Sustainable development will have to shift its attention to adaptation, and strengthening resilience in social ecological systems. This requires long-term planning in the face of references and
That one no need to in face of climate change.
climate change.
Yeah, don't know why I highlight, I cannot check the word. Okay. Anyway, the social ecological system is like the one we're talking about, the Hungry Ghost Festival, as well as sometime 初一十五 in Chinese calendar, the lunar calendar, the 初一十五 days of people who still burn joystick or burn the papers to deity. It's all for the blessing, okay? They are doing a good cause. Honestly, we should not stop it. We should respect their religions. And we are living in this kind of countries that we are talking about diversity. Why I say this kind of country? Nothing wrong with this kind of country. Different kind of countries got their own practices, all right? So sometimes if you live in New Zealand, the Maori will practice their thing, they might say, how come they draw their face until like that? Or you go to Hawaii, how come they dance like that? How come they talk like that? How come they have to stick out their tongue? And you know, in New Zealand, they don't do handshake, they use nose and nose rub to eat with each other. So these are practices that these are the generation and generation practice for many years. So it's really a respect, okay? So, okay, this one we don't need to talk about. It is just to cut and paste from what I've taken from, just to prove that it's not mine. It's taken from the website. Now, we are talking about this for the next 4 weeks. An essay on sustainability and climate change. Is climate change affecting sustainability? So now, today, all you need to do for the 3 of you is just to write an introduction. So hopefully, our children, by end of this month, June, when school reopen, we will have a full entire essay. Okay? That means you got no homework. Your homework will be this one plus the reporting one. Okay, so this is your homework. Okay, so how do I start off? Okay, let's see. I give you some examples. So pay attention now, the 3 of you. So this is only introduction. Later you're going to write. An essay on sustainability and climate change. Is climate change affecting sustainability? So let's start off with introduction. Harley, are you able to read?
Introduction. Climate change caused by the global increase in temperatures triggers multiple negative effects on the planet. These effects are interrelate with each other and increase their violence, putting at risk the species that inhabit the Earth, including the humans. Climate change impacts our society by disrupting the natural, economic, and social systems that we depend on. This disruption will affect food supplies, industry supply chains, and financial markets, damage infrastructure in cities, and harm human health and global development. The impacts of climate change are already here and will take great effect on our future sustainability for our next generation. Let's take a look at how we can tackle climate change.
So you see, the first sentence itself is already creating an atmosphere already. The very interesting statements is about climate change impact this one. This is an interesting statement. And the one that motivate me is that these disruptions will really affect this year. Okay, and that is the AIMS. What about the suspension? The suspension is that this one is the last sentence. This last 2 sentences is a suspension that I feel quickly that, why? So this is a suspend that you want to know what is going to happen. And I'm going to tell you in paragraph 1, the ideal one. So this is an introduction. I hope you guys will not go and look up for any Googles. Use your own imagination, creativities, create the atmosphere, the interesting sentence, the motivation statements, and the last sentence of the first paragraph, the suspension, to create the suspense that you want to write for the next few paragraphs. Okay. And yeah, if you want to add free spot, that would be awesome. Your favors, idioms, similes, spaces. So let's talk about paragraph 1. Okay. Okay, paragraph 1. Gerald, you finish out this one, then we do the introductions. So this is paragraph 1. This one no need to do today, but I just give you ideas that you see. We are talking about linking to here or to this one here. Okay. All right. So let's go. Gerald.
The reasons for climate change are attributed to natural factors and human factors. The former refers to social terrestrial relationships,
solar terrestrial.
terrestrial relationships and interactions and feedback within the climate system, while the latter is concerned with greenhouse effects on the Earth arising from CO2 emissions and other greenhouse gases generated into the atmosphere as a result of human activities, both of which are held to be responsible for global warming. In assessing the extent to which each of these sets of factors is responsible for climate change, the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change has produced 4 reports, the conclusions of which are that human activities with probably above 90% is a major reason for the global warming. As a result, climate change in the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change is directly defined as caused by human activity directly or indirectly changing the global atmospheric composition.
Thank you. That is the first paragraph, and that is the introductions. All you need to do now is just give me the introductions. No need to be a lot lah. 80 words. Can we have a understanding from 80 to 100 words? Okay. So paragraph 1, 2, we'll talk about it next week. So once we're done with the introductions, we call it a day. So I give you a few minutes to think. So this is one way to do your homework. Okay. All right. Let's go. I come back for a while. Where's my mute? So please write down on the Zoom chat.
Wait, Joe, what's AIMM, bro? Joe, what's AIMS again? Atmosphere intro. Sorry, I forgot.
Okay, Lei can.
Wait, I thought the I was interesting start or something like that. Oh, sorry. Or something like that. Never mind.
Interesting sentence or interesting start. I don't know which one.
Yeah. Screw it lah. Just go with whatever you wrote lah.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Sus. Oh, Chess still haven't went toilet. It's
No, from toilet, I can hear your sound so fast. The typing skill, blah, 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 wow. Like what? When stock market. How many words? Never show. How many words? 53 words, bro. 很少嘞。
啊，
你看那边写53个字而已嘞。Confirm I can see it a bit short。来，再加多几个字，在你 before 这个之前啊，不可以，这个太短了。我说过80到120，谢谢。I hope all of you are typing and thinking up. Gerald, you're typing up. Daniel also, Daniel. Daniel, are you there?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. Hanling add another, the most 20 words.
Yeah, I'm adding now.
Thank you. Better say first, man. I think we lost the file. Let's see. Hopefully by end of this month, we'll have a full essay already. Okay, that's good. So I delete away this one, the old one. I'll say put this one in. Thank you, Hanling. 83 words. Thank you. Thank you, Gerald. Thank you, Tian Yu. Let's see how many words you have, huh? "78 words. Miss for 2 words, huh? You got 73 words. Wow. Can you
Me,
Yeah.
73 or what? Who got 73?
Wait. I think let's see. Yeah, 83 for Hanling. For Gerald, you got 78 words. For Tian Yu, you got
that's-
73.
Okay.
Do you want to add some more?
I think I can.
Okay, don't want
I can. I think.
You can Okay. What's wrong with this? Tian Yu, not Tian Yu. Hanling, can you read yours, please?
The world is a forever changing place where the decision we make dictates the fate of the world, and the fate of the world is our fate. Our every action has its own unique consequence, and we must do something about it to change the fate of the world. If we don't do anything about our world now, in the future, the damage we have done may be irreversible, and our future generations have to deal with that fallout. So let's talk about how.
Let's talk about how what? Climate change, is it?
Yeah, let's talk about how we solve the problem. Let's talk about how we solve the problem.
Thank you. Definitely it's more than that. Thank you very much. "94 words. Well done. Gerald, your turn to read, please.
We are racing towards the extinction of our species. We not only lack dominion over nature, we are subordinate to it. This quote tells us that the world is not ours to command, and we should leave things the way they were when we came. Global warming has become a big issue that we have started. Consequently, we should end it. Instead of further corrupting the environment, you can discuss about various ways climate change can be contained and controlled.
I think this is written by you, right? Yes, Gerald?
Huh?
This is fully written by you, right?
Yeah.
Did you research anywhere?
The quote is not mine though.
Yeah. I'm just not saying the code, sorry. The rest written by you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, check, right? Well done. Well said. A for you. Thank you. A for Hanling also. Thank you. Let's go. Tian Yu.
Okay. Climate change has been a popular topic for possibly a decade already, yet no solution has been found for this topic. We need to understand the meaning of climate change. Climate change means that the world is constantly the world's temperature. I think they are not type temperature.
No, the climate means the world.
Temperature. I was meant to write the world's temperature is constantly on the rise. This world is ours. Hey, I wait for you first.
Okay.
This world is ours. Climate change isn't something that came out from thin air. It comes from us. We have to change this world so that our future generation can experience a pleasant place and not a hellish place. So what can we do to prevent climate change from affecting our world? That's it. Oh, our world sustainability.
Yeah,
I forgot that. I forgot the last word. That's why I was so confused.
Yeah, that's why, huh? A plus. Well done. I like because you got more words and it's very simple, straight to the point. You're saying hello. We're still having this problem. Why are we writing the same essay again? I'm saying the same thing. Are we going to take action or not? Are we going to sit there like sitting down and let it shoot by people to continue? In fact, all the introductions are very, very good. Seriously. And I would like to share these 3 introductions with all my upper secondaries. I said 1, 2, 3. Oh, by the way, Gerald and Han Ling and Tian Yu, your poem to your mommy was well received. Seriously. I share about Gerald poem and say he never, correct me if I'm wrong, Gerald, you say you never write a poems before, right? To your mommy. And this was maybe you did, but not like in like less than 5 minutes to come out this poem. Okay. So I say, wow. So it's very impressive. You know, the set 1, set 2 are always like that. Okay. But the set 4 will be like, okay, so like, you know, they keep quiet, but you can tell, like a bit jealous. Wow, so big deal. So good. Then it's like, hello, excuse me. You guys this year are taking O-level, okay? If my set 3 can do this like that, with all the things, and then with all the ways you wrote their introductions and the poems and some of the manifesto about resilience and responsibility, about how to add those words inside, like, you know, those sentences, I think you have made them wake up for the set 4 students. Okay, thank you very much, the 3 of you who have motivate the other classes as well. Okay. All right, so I don't want to take out too much of your time, but please, there's only